Hello everyone and welcome back to a new episode of Lights, Camera, Akron. I'm Michael Macon.
And I'm Jay Goliath, reporting to you from Kobe Hall. On this episode, Jake and Michael visited a new brewery just a mile or so from campus.
And Naquan visited the Student Union for a family trick-or-treating night.
All this and more coming up on Lights, Camera, Akron. Akron might mostly be known for our rubber industry, but in recent years, we have seen a big rise in local breweries.
You know, we sure have, Jay, and last week me and Jake checked out 83 Brewing, just one of the many new breweries located in our area.
Sounds great. Let's take a look.
An area once plagued by the decline in Akron's rubber industry now has the green light for improvement.
Hey LCA fans, this is Michael Macon with Lights, Camera, Akron, and today we're in the East End neighborhood of our city, and we are at 83 Brewery, which is a new brewery that just opened up a few months ago. Well, let's check it out.
So we've been open for about 2.5 months now. We opened end of August. The grand opening was awesome. Yeah, this place was really busy. Really good feedback on the beer too, which is awesome.
And with such a wide variety of craft beers, craft sodas, and even snack food, it's easy to understand why this place is such an instant hit with people in the Akron community. And the happy hour doesn't hurt much either.
We have a little bit of everything. We got sour beers. We have, I think, 3 IPAs on tap, 2 stouts, Christmas ale. One of our most popular beers we have is actually our Berliner Weiss. It's a sour beer, and we offer it with some syrups, which is traditionally how they serve that over in Germany. So that one's been pretty popular and well liked, and it kind of surprised me. And we have a lager and a stout in the works. We have some snack food like microwave pretzels and pizzas, but lots of people bring in their own food or even have events catered.
The place is absolutely beautiful on the inside too. With the building's original bones dressed into a gorgeous modern industrial theme inside and out, there's room to relax, have a party, or even play pinball.
So some of the original elements are the flooring, which is a terrazzo floor, and the vestibules, so the 2 main entrances off the sidewalk. And I believe the woodwork in the lobby and our indoor patio is also original to the building. Yeah, so we have an area that people can use for like private events and birthday parties or corporate meetings, things like that, yeah.
And all the beers here at 83 are brewed in-house in this small little square right behind me.
After checking out all the cool taps, tanks, and barrels at this place, I decided to ask Chris what the history was and why exactly he wanted to start a brewery.
So the brewery is actually named after the year I was born, 1983. No big story behind it, but we're trying to think of a fake one to tell people. So I wanted to open a brewery shortly after I started homebrewing, like 11 years ago. So this has been a long time in the works and lots of planning. And so look, the location that we're in is actually the last spot that we looked at. We were looking at spots for I think about a year or year and a half, and this was the last one that we saw, and everything kind of fell into place with it.
So I wondered, what would spawn someone into opening a brewery in an otherwise industrial, less sought-after part of Akron?
No, I think this is a good location. People are happy to see this area being used again, which is awesome. And we're right between like downtown Akron and Cuyahoga Falls, and we're close to Barberton, so it's a good spot. We're near lots of things with a 10-minute drive. It's a pretty good mix of young and old. It's all over the board. There's not like a certain demographic.
And it is just great progress for our city to see an area once filled with abandoned factories left and right to become a destination for all kinds of beer enthusiasts.
We're open 7 days a week, 3 to 10 Monday through Thursday, 12 to 11 Friday and Saturday, and 12 to 8 on Sundays.
Well guys, I had a lot of fun at 83 today, I got to see all the equipment that they use to make all the different beers. I got to talk to Chris and see all the history that they have inside of this building. This has been Michael Macon with Lights, Camera, Akron. Wow, I'm not gonna lie, I really love the decor in that place.
Yeah, it looks super cool. I for sure need to stop by sometime.
It sure was. I love the blending of a modern brewery with the old history of the headquarters.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well guys, it's time for our first commercial break. We'll be right back in just a few.
Welcome back to Lights, Camera, Akron, everyone.
ZPN is always putting on fun events around campus for all kinds of things.
And recently they held a family game night at the Student Union where students and family could kick back, play some pool, and get in the Halloween spirit.
Reporter Naquan James stopped by and he has more.
This programming network is one of the largest student organizations here at the University of Akron. They hold large events throughout the school year, and one of them was a Fall Family Fun Night, which gives current and prospective students and their families a chance to come to the Student Union and enjoy themselves. Deja Gresham, ZPN Special Events Coordinator, spoke about the background of the event.
Family Gamer Night, over the past couple of years, we have been doing this just quite for a long time. Different chairs represent from ZIP's programming network have been doing this for a while, and I'm the special events chair for ZIP's programming network. So for my position, we have been doing it for the past 3 years now.
ZPN has always put on successful events throughout the year. Deja explains the success of this event from years past.
The success that we've seen is families coming out during the night and participating and getting involved with doing activities like bowling, video games, and seeing that they're getting along and seeing that there's an opportunity for them to be a part on campus, to see what it's like, and to go out for a free and fun night.
This event could have targeted anyone, but there was a special reason why this was targeted towards families.
This event was targeting families because, you know, there could be students out there that has families out of town, and it's a nice opportunity to bring them out and to see them, you know, being openly active on campus, and to see, you know, where they live, and then also going to Room Lounge where there be a whole bunch of video games and pool table and just fun little things that they could do for free. So it's a fun night.
There were a lot of activities families enjoyed while visiting this event, including bowling, arts and crafts, free food, and pool.
The activities were displayed at the family game night was theme-based Halloween, so I thought it'd be a fun thing to do. So I pulled out a witch hand where they could have hand gloves and then put popcorn and candy corn to make it look like a witch hand, which have like rings could decorate it on their hands. And then I also made like a lollipop ghost for them to put like a wrapping paper around it, make like a cute little ghost for them to have. And then, you know, I had a whole bunch of pizza and cookies and a whole bunch of candy for them. And then I did guess how many candy corns in a bowl, and, you know, whoever wins can, you know, claim a prize. So it was a fun night.
Whenever people leave an event, you want them coming back and knowing that they had a good time. Deja explains what she hopes people got out of the event.
I hope that they walked away with so much memories and joy, that they had a good time on campus at Room Lounge, and hopefully gain, you know, a lot of fun things out of it, like getting a chance to bowl for free for the night and playing video games and a pool table and doing like fun little decorations together as a family.
Reporting for the Student Union Game Room, I'm Naquan James for ZTV's Lights, Camera, Akron.
You know, I should really hit up the Union Lounge sometime.
I know, it's really a lot of fun, and it's a great place to relax in between classes, and especially when they have events happening.
Yeah, most definitely.
On another note, the Student Union recently held an event called Rethinking Gender, which is sponsored by our Women's Studies program, and I took a look at what it has to offer.
Sponsored by the Women's Studies program, Rethinking Gender provides a forum for presenting the research of feminist faculty at the University of Akron. Dr. Maria Alejandra Zaneta explains the transformative experience of the new continent in Maruja Mayo's art.
Mayo reminds us once again of the need to adopt a concept of non-hierarchical identity based on heterogeneity and inclusion. In this way, her vision anticipates the premises many years before the ecofeminist series came, the ecofeminist thinking, which states that it's precisely the hierarchical and individualistic conception typical of the androcentric mind that justify the exclusion and abuse of all those considered others inferior, starting with the natural world and many other categories. In the same time of this series, Mayo created a series of paintings of female heads that she titled Retratos Bidimensionales, and these represent the different racial...
I asked a friend of mine who just happened to be attending the presentation and is also in a women's studies class what the presentation meant to her.
Well, sitting in on the Rethinking Gender series, I think it was really interesting to not only get like a different perspective from somebody else, but to learn about this painter who actually would paint like women and like kind of like their body parts and trying to like explore that element that especially like through her culture. So I feel like getting to see that, and I'm actually also a part of the women's studies class here on campus, so getting to like see what we learn in class and incorporate that with the actual presentation, it was really nice.
This has been Michael Macon with Lights Camera Akron.
Wow, it was really great to hear what they had to offer and like all the things they talked about on gender norms and how it really affects us. And for those of you older UA students, the Student Union also has a program designed to help those coming into college later in life, to teach them how to manage their time and obligations properly.
It's called the Adult Focus Program, and it's dedicated to people who want a second chance at their education. And Tyrese West looked into the program just a bit more.
The Adult Focus Program is dedicated to people who want to return to college and finish, or people who never got the chance to go because things changed in their lives. It is directed towards people who are older and have more obligations that might complicate their college career.
We are a service for every undergraduate adult student on this campus, okay? So right now we have close to 2,000 undergraduate adult students enrolled. So they are all part of Adult Focus from the day they walk onto campus. We are designed to help people navigate through college with as much help as we can give them, advocacy, etc., that and scholarship, so that we can help people move forward more quickly.
The Adult Focus Program has helped hundreds of students in their pursuit of furthering their education.
I have a great deal of respect for adult students. They will walk over broken glass to finish their degrees or their educational goals. All they have to do is get an even playing field. And that's what this office does, provides an even playing field and advocacy and support for adults.
Marissa Peterson is a student assistant in the program. Now she's an engineering student working towards her degree.
So I started with Adult Focus in spring of 2018. When I initially came here, I had been out of school for 5 years, so it took a little bit of time to get back on track.
She describes how joining the Adult Focus program helped her get onto the path that she's on.
The most helpful part of Adult Focus was just the overall support system that I received here. If I had any issues with scheduling or financial help, I could come here for that, or even just community resources. If I needed any references to those, they would help me with that here.
Marissa Peterson is an engineering student and a mother of two, and she sustains a monumental effort managing school and motherhood. The Adult Focus program has helped hundreds of students in their pursuit of furthering their education.
I have seen hundreds of people like Marissa since we first came in here, and I am very confident that we can help people graduate.
This program provides many services to adult students, including scheduling advice and a scholarship writing lab.
When I first started in fall of 2018, officially as a student, I would go to the advisor here. He did all of my scheduling for me my first 2 semesters because I had no idea what I was doing. And this year I have done all of my scheduling, so I completely understand how the curriculum guides work, what classes I need to graduate, and where I am in my degree plan.
The Adult Focus Group provides its students with a community of like-minded individuals from which they can get a lot of support.
My initial appointment was with Scott, and he basically just asked me what my interests were. You know, if there was a specific degree I had in mind, and of course there wasn't, which is one of the reasons why it took me so long to come back, was because I had no idea what I wanted to do. And I didn't want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on something if I wasn't sure that's what I wanted to do. So we just sat down and we had a conversation about, you know, my work experience, and I mentioned the factory and loving the technology and loving the robots and loving watching them do the maintenance on it. And Scott was like, wow, that sounds like a lot like an engineering degree, or what you would do there is the troubleshooting and the design work on it. And it just kind of clicked with me.
Because a university by its nature is designed for young people. I mean traditional aged students, 18 to whatever. So what works for an 18-year-old, what would interest an 18-year-old, what can be provided for them is not necessarily going to work for the 30-year-old. Time management for an 18-year-old could be how to study and play video games or work a part-time job or do volunteer work. But when you're talking about time management for an adult, it's, excuse me, how do I fit studying into, when do I study? I mean, you know, there's a 60-hour principle about how to manage your schoolwork. What happens when your whole world goes over way over 60 hours? Because they're doing it not just for themselves, they're doing it for their families, for their kids.
With the services provided in this program, many adults like Marissa have been able to find their passion and graduate with the degree of their choice, because everyone deserves a second chance.
What a great opportunity.
Yeah, I think everyone deserves a second chance.
Most definitely. Anyway, it's time for our second commercial break, guys. We'll be back with more in just a few.
Welcome back to Lights, Camera, Akron, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the show again. Let's send it over to Naquan James for this week's headlines.
Thanks, gentlemen. If you've been traveling down East Exchange Street in recent weeks, you might have seen some construction happening. That's because next spring we will be hearing the crack of a bat and cheering on the players of our new Mids baseball team as they take on opponents at their new baseball diamond, Skilly's Field. The time-lapse video here captures the facility taking shape at Lee Jackson Field during the warm days of October. The baseball stadium playing surface featuring a synthetic turf field was made possible by a nearly $1 million gift from Bill and Mary Skillies. Bill was a member of the baseball team during his own days on campus. This is phase one of a $2 million renovation of this baseball stadium. In other news, heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Summit County. To address our heart health crisis, faculty at the University of Akron had developed a program to improve the health practices of individuals living in Summit County. The program FABU is funded by an Ohio Commission on Minority Health with a 2-year grant of $150,000 and is sponsored by the University of Akron Foundation and the College of Health Professions. FABU will offer weekly free exercise and nutrition classes to more than 100 local residents living in Akron's AMHA apartments. The program is led by faculty from UA, including Dr. Mary Jo McCracken, Professor of Sports Studies, and Alexis M. Holt, Exercise Science Assistant Lecturer. The FABU team will collect quarterly clinical measures for heart disease and diabetes for participants, including BMI, blood pressure, waist circumference, cholesterol, and blood sugar levels. Data will be shared with the Ohio Commission on Minority Health to determine the level of impact the exercise and nutrition programs have an increase in the risk factors for heart disease and diabetes. Finally, college is hard enough these days. What happens when an individual comes back to college years after high school graduation? Thanks to Adult Focus, one UA student could put those fears to rest. 24-year-old Marissa Peterson was working a factory job and raising a daughter before enrolling at UA as a mechanical engineering student. Peterson says, quote, "Without Adult Focus, I wouldn't have come back to college because I wouldn't have known where to start," end quote. As reporter Therese Rest showed us, Adult Focus is an academic support center at UA for students whose primary life roles and responsibilities exist independent of the university and take precedence over the role of student in times of crisis or stress. The center is dedicated to outreach, retention, and financial advocacy. With the help of Adult Focus, Peterson was able to obtain enough financial aid and scholarship money to avoid loans this coming academic year. Adult Focus also helped set Peterson on a track that will leave her graduating right on time in May of 2023. Peterson says, quote, "The biggest piece of advice I can give someone looking to further their education is this. Don't give up on yourself, even when things seem impossible. There will always be somebody to help you if you search for it," end quote. For more information about what Adult Services has to offer, visit uakron.edu/UAAF or stop by their office in the Post building. Well, that's the latest news around campus. For more, you can always visit uakron.edu. This has been Naquan James of Lights Camera Akron.
Thanks, Naquan.
Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for this week's show.
But be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, @ZTV LCA for the latest. I'm Jay Goliath.
And I'm Michael Macon. Thanks for watching Lights, Camera, Akron.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. Do you want to gain experience in video production, professional social media, or working with real clients? Visit the UA School of Communications online or follow us on social media to learn more. ZTV, make media, make a difference.